it's Megan Rose from the Philippines, coming to you with a tutorial on how to sew the lining and zipper for the character purses that we have made recently. For this project, you will need some fabric. I'm using this Geena Cloth. You can also have the option of using satin or other fabrics. And you'll also need some zipper that is closest to the color of the base part of our wallet, some sewing thread, sliders, so you can change this one into this so it will be much more better looking, some needles or sewing needle and some pins, a pencil or a dermatograph to line the lining or the fabric, some scissors to cut the string. Hi guys, so this is how it will look like once it is sewn. I usually sew it on the sewing machine, on our sewing machine, but today I'm gonna show you how to sew it by hand also. So first you must take your fabric and double it up, just like so. You're gonna place your character purse on top of it. You can adjust it, just fold it so that there will be two sides to it. You can also put a pin so that it wouldn't budge. And then you just want to line your character purse. You can use a pencil or a dermatograph. Don't use a pen because it will blot the fabric. So what you need to do is you place it here, and then you're going to trace the shape of the wallet, just like this, making sure that the lines are visible. Just trace it around. Just like so. And then you can see that there's the beginning of the opening here and it ends here. So what you need to do is we're gonna line it just like so. Line it upwards like this, the beginning of the opening and at the end part. So we'll have some marker there where we're going to fold, because we're gonna fold this part here. So after tracing the wallet piece, what you need to do is you're gonna cut it. You need to cut it around, leaving about maybe half an inch. Just cut it around. Leaving an allowance of half an inch. And I'm gonna teach you what to work on next. Guys, to continue on, you have the option of burning the edge part of this lining, but since it's gonna be hidden inside, it's okay if you don't do that. So the next step to make is, since we have lines here, we're just gonna make some slits. So we're gonna cut it upwards like this, like what we have marked there. We're gonna cut that part there, and also for the other side. And then we're going to also slit here in the middle part, making sure that it is within the lines. We're doing this so that we can fold it much more easily, and it will take the round shape. So put another slit here, and also in between these two slits here. And then I'm gonna show you how to sew it by hand. Okay guys, so to sew it by hand, what we first need to do is to put some sewing thread on our needle here. Cut it. Someone has requested or has asked about this here, if you can sew it by hand. So I'm gonna try to show you as neatly as possible. So the next step should be, since we have slit here, you can see we have some slits. So what you need to do is we're going to fold it just like so, and then we're going to start sewing it. You have an option of doing it another way, and it would be much better if you can sew it on a sewing machine, but you have this option if you don't have a sewing machine on hand. Just sew it like this, folding these slit parts inwards. So you're just gonna need to sew it by hand, folding it as you go, just like that, folding it and then sewing it up until you reach this other side here, and leaving this part. So I'm gonna catch up with you right after that. Hi guys, so now that we have sewn most parts for the first flap of the wallet lining, I have sewn it like so, all of this for 4 flaps here. The next thing to do is you're gonna sew the other part of the lining. You're gonna fold it inwards, outwards, just like this. And you also have the option of turning it around and then folding it like this, and then just start sewing it just like the first one that we have made. So we're gonna fold it and then just start sewing it just like the first one. Making it as neatly as possible. This is also how you're going to sew it using the sewing machine. You're just gonna first sew it here around for the opening, and then also the other side you're going to sew it, and then afterwards, after sewing that, you're gonna sew this bottom part here, which is the inner part of the wallet. But I have a trick in doing it. So first, if you are sewing it by hand, do this first. We're gonna sew it and fold it as we go, folding all of the 4 flaps and sewing it, and then after that I'm gonna catch up with you. Okay? Hi guys, to continue on, now that we have sewn the upper part of the lining, we are now ready to sew this part here with a line. So you may have noticed that I have slit this part here slanted. It is because I'm gonna fold it like this, and then I'm going to start sewing it. I'm doing this because in order for this part not to fray easily. So we're gonna fold it like so, And then you're gonna start sewing the lined part of the lining. And when you reach the other side, you're just gonna fold it and just sew this part here. Okay, so start sewing just like the flaps or the upper part. You're just gonna sew it around. And this is also what you need to do if you're using the sewing machine. You're gonna fold this first and you're gonna start sewing it and following the lines, and as you reach the other end, you're just gonna fold this and then sew this part here several times. Okay, I don't know if I can show you on this sewing machine because the lighting there is pretty bad, but if you're sewing it by hand, this is how you work on it. Just sewing within the lines. And I'm gonna catch up with you after that. I'm going to show you what to do next. Guys, so now that you are finished sewing the lined part of the lining, we're gonna insert it to the inside of the wallet, just like so. Making sure that the opening is lined here. And then we're going to pin it so that it wouldn't move easily as we are sewing it along with the zipper. Just put some pins in also for the other side. And then we're going to sew the lining along with the zipper. So take your zipper and we're gonna change the slider for it. So cut it like this. And then we're going to insert a slider, a bigger one. And then what we need to do is, since we have this slider, this zipper here, there's a metal part there. We're just gonna insert our needle through the left side of that and let it insert it here. And then we're going to attach it or pinch it right here on the opening, and then we're gonna start sewing it. Making sure that it is even. I wasn't able to buy the correct shade of fabric for this tutorial, for this project, but you can also use a color closest to the color of the base part of the wallet if you have none available. Just make a few stitches here so as to lock this part up. Okay, I'm going to show you next. Okay guys, so now that we have sewn this part here with several stitches, we're going to sew the zipper with the lining. We're gonna sew it along with the lining just like so, making stitches in between the half double crochets, the holes of the half double crochets. Just working it along just like this up until you reach the other side, putting stitches in between or sewing in between the stitches of the half double crochet. And when you reach this other side, I'm gonna catch up with you, okay? Okay guys, so now we're going to continue on sewing the lining with the zipper. So now that we are here, I have put up another set of sewing thread, and what you need to do for that is you just gonna knot it and put another one. So since we're here, we're gonna continue on sewing the lining and the zipper to the base part of the wallet, making stitches in between the half double crochets. And now that we have reached the other side on the corner part, we're also going to put several stitches there so it would be sturdy. So fold your zipper just like so. Fold it inwards. Place it so that this zipper part here is aligned with this side part of the wallet. And also make sure that the lining is not that visible as you sew it. So here's where we're gonna put several stitches to have some type of lock for the corner part. So put several stitches there, and then we're gonna continue on working the other side. So open up your zipper, and then we're going to start sewing the other side. Putting stitches in between the holes of the half double crochets. So just work on it just like this up until you reach the other side of the wallet, and then I'm gonna catch up with you after that, okay? Okay guys, so now that we have reached the other side of the wallet, we're just gonna continue on sewing the lining with the zipper. So now that we are here, we're just gonna continue on sewing it along with the lining up until we reach this other side. And then we're just gonna knot it inside so as to hide it. Just continue on sewing it. When you reach the last half double crochet, put several stitches there so as to close it, and then inside is where we're going to knot it. Knot it just like this, and then we're gonna hide the string inside and then cut it. Okay, so now you have the lining and zipper for your Minion character purse. And this is also what you need to do for the other character purses. Just use the correct color of lining and zipper for it. So that is the end of our tutorial for today. I hope that you enjoyed making them as much as I enjoyed teaching them to you. All of the details about this project is gonna be on the description box below. If you have comments or suggestions, please put them on the comment box. If you would like to support me, please watch the ads in full, and I will catch up with you later.